like no other. We did it for Israel. And by the way, I told Bibi, stop taking credit for the dome. That's our technology. That's our stuff. But they had a lot of courage, and they were good fighters, and they did a good job, and we wiped out the Iran nuclear threat like nobody can believe. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. That, Venezuela, taking down Soleimani, wiping out al-Baghdadi when he tried to reinstitute ISIS. We did a lot. I did a lot of big things, all perfectly executed. Everyone was perfectly executed. Somebody told me that, a military expert told me, sir, everything you've done has been perfectly executed. I said, I know. So other presidents have spent, whether foolishly or not, trillions and trillions of dollars on NATO and gotten absolutely nothing in return. We've never asked for anything. It's always a one-way street. Now they want us to help them with Ukraine. And we say, we're going to. I'm really helping, not even them. I want to see, last week, if you saw, it was 10,000 soldiers, but last month it was 31,000 soldiers died. 31,000. That's this room times, the number of people in this room times 30. Think of it. 30,000 soldiers died in 1 month. The month before it was 27,000. The month before that it was 28,000. The month before that it was 25,000. It's a bloodbath over there. And that's what I want to stop. It doesn't help the United States, but these are souls. These are young people. Look like you, look like some of you right in the front row. They go to war. Their parents are so proud. Oh, there he goes, comes back. 2 weeks later, they get a call, your son's head's been blown off. I want to stop it. It's a horrible war. It's the worst since World War II. They keep going, they'll exceed World War II. The numbers are staggering, how many people they've lost. They don't want to talk about it. Ukraine and Russia lost just tremendous amounts. And I'm dealing with President Putin, and he wants to make a deal, I believe. I'm dealing with President Zelensky, and I think he wants to make a deal. I'm meeting him today. He might be in the audience right now. But they got to get that war stopped because too many people are dying, needlessly dying. Too many souls are being lost. It's the only reason I'm interested in doing it. But in doing it, I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the last few days when I told them about Iceland, they loved me. They called me daddy, right, last time. A very smart man said, he's our daddy. He's running it. I was like running it. I went from running it to being a terrible human being. But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice, cold and poorly located, that can play a vital role in world peace and world protection. It's a very small ask compared to what we have given them for many, many decades. But the problem with NATO is that we'll be there for them 100%. But I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. If we gave them the call, gentlemen, we are being attacked. We're under attack by such and such a nation. I know them all very well. I'm not sure that they'd be there. I know we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us. So with all of the money we expend, with all of the blood, sweat, and tears, I don't know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what it's gone up. And we have an unbelievable future in that stock. That stock market is going to be doubled. We're going to hit 50,000, and that stock market's going to double in a relatively short period of time because of everything that's happening. But this is a good example. After giving NATO and European nations trillions and trillions of dollars in defense, they buy our weapons. We make the greatest weapons in the world, but now we're going to make them faster, much faster. You saw that. I put a cap on the salaries. Then I put no buybacks, no stock buybacks, no various other things that they were doing. I mean, they were making $50 million, but it would take them 3 years to give you a Patriot missile. I said, that's not good. My chauffeur can do a better job than that, and he makes slightly less than 50. They make big salaries. If they're going to make those big salaries, they're going to have to produce a lot faster. The good news is we have the greatest equipment in the world. Now we're going to start making it a lot faster. They're going to build additional plants. And all of the money that goes into stock buybacks is going to go into building plants. We're not allowing stock buybacks by defense companies any longer. They're going to build new plants to make Tomahawks, Patriots. We have the best equipment, F-35s. F-47, the new one just coming out. They say it's the most devastating plane, fighter jet ever. Who knows? They called it 47. If I don't like it, I'm going to take the 47 off it. I wonder why they called it 47. We'll have to think about that. But if I don't like it, I'm going to take that 47 off. But it's supposed to be the stage 6. It's supposed to be the first stage 6 plane, undetectable, like our B-2 bombers were undetectable. They flew right over Iran. They were undetectable. And they did their job, and they got the hell out of there. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. A strong and secure America means a strong NATO, and that's one reason why I'm working every day to ensure our military is
Those
very
trades are
powerful,
on the.
our borders are very strong,
Hold on, let me fix
and
that.
above
Actually,
all, our economy is strong because national security requires economic security and economic
I have a new
prosperity,
eval
and
account.
we have the greatest that we've ever had.
That's
Biden
what that
and his
is.
allies destroyed our economy and gave us perhaps the worst inflation in American history. They say 48 years, I say forever, but I think 48 years is the equivalent to forever. Whether it's 48 years or ever, it's terrible, costing the typical family $33,000. What they did to this country should never, ever be forgotten. It's early, but he has to be rated as the worst president we've ever had by far. The auto pen did much of the damage. The auto pen, he was the
Twitter
auto
and
pen
Q down,
president.
Rob.
Because I don't believe a sane president would have ever signed the kind of things that he signed. But now grocery prices, energy prices, airfares, mortgage rates, rent, and car payments are all coming down, and they're coming down fast. We inherited a mess, but we've done a hell of a job in 12 months. Under my most favored nation policy for drug prices, the cost
Should
of
have just held
prescription
this
drugs
entry
is
down
coming
here, huh?
down by
Ended up being the
up to
bottom.
90%, depending on the way you calculate. You could also say 5, 6, 7, 800%. There are
Missed
two
the
ways
bottom
of
by
figuring
2
that.
points
But we have a favored nations
and 200 points.
policy that every president
Tony?
wanted. No president was able to get. I got it, and other nations approved it. And I
We're
had
about
to
to
use
make a
tariffs
new,
in order to get it
high a
because
day.
they
There
said
it
no
is.
way. In other words, a pill that costs 10% in London costs $130. Think it costs $10 in London, costs $130 in New York or in Los Angeles. And I'd say, boy, that's bad. Friends of mine would say, you know, we go to London, you can buy the stuff for nothing. We go all over the world, we can buy it for nothing. Because basically America was subsidizing every nation in the world because presidents allowed them to get away with it. It became very tough. So when I called up Emmanuel Macron,
Why do windshield wipers
yesterday
cost
with
so
those
much?
beautiful sunglasses.
There's so many things that
What
make
the
no
hell
sense that they
happened?
cost so much.
But I watched him sort of be tough. But he was at $10 for a pill. And I said, Emmanuel, and I have all the big
Took a pill
pharmaceutical
and a visa.
companies are in total agreement. It wasn't easy, by the way. They're tough, smart. They've been getting away with the scam for a long time. But they gave it up. But they said, you'll never get the countries to approve it.
You
I said,
too,
why
Trader
is that?
NQ?
Because they won't. They always said, we're not paying any more. Get the rest for the United States. So over the years, they stayed the same. We just went up, up, up. And I mean, we would pay 13, 14, 15 times more than some certain countries would. So I said, no, they'll approve it 100%. Sir, you'll never get them to approve it. I said, I guarantee you. But
storm
I actually started with Emmanuel, who probably is
It's
in the
looking
room
like
too.
it's
And I like him. I actually like him. Hard to
good.
believe, isn't it?
calling for like
And I
20
said,
inches of snow
Emmanuel,
where we're at, which is
you're going to have to lift
crazy.
the price of that pill to $20, maybe $30. Think of that. That means it's a doubling of prescription drugs. Might be a tripling, might be a quadrupling. It's not easy. No, 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 Donald, I will not do that. I said, yes, you will, 100%. He said, no, no, no. You're asking me to double. I said, Emmanuel, you've been taking advantage of the United States for 30 years with prescription drugs. You really should do it, and you will do it. I have no doubt. In fact, I am 100% sure you're going to. No, 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 I will not do it. Because, yes, in all fairness, he has to double or triple. Because the world being a bigger place than the United States, it's not that you meet in the middle. You just have to go up some, and we come down a lot. They go up a little, we come down a lot. So we're at $130, they're at 10. So they may have to go to 20 or 30. No more than that. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to be doubling or tripling? No, no, no. I said, here's the story, Emmanuel. The answer is you're going to do it. You're going to do it fast. And if you don't, I'm putting a 25% tariff on everything that you sell into the United States and a 100% tariff on your wines and champagnes. And that's about 10 times more than what I'm requesting. And you're going to do it. I don't want to go public with it, but you may make me do that. No, no, Donald, I will do it. I will do it. It took me,
What's up,
on
Milmer?
average, 3 minutes a country.
Donovan.
Saying the same thing. You will do it. They all said, no, 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 I will not do it. You're asking me to double the cost of prescription. I said, that's right, because you've been screwing us for 30 years. And they said, we will not do it. I said, that's all right. On Monday morning, we're putting a 25, 30, 50. I gave different numbers for different countries. This is also national security we're talking about. Not fair. We're not going to subsidize the whole world. And every one of those countries have agreed to do it. So one of the biggest things that I've done is the fact that we have now most favored nation. We will pay whatever the lowest price is in the entire world. So our drug prices are going to be coming down by a staggering 90%.
About
Again,
3
you could
minutes
say
till the open here.
1,000%, 2,000%. Depends on the way you want to figure it. But we'll go with the way the fake news likes it better because it sounds, can you imagine a 90% reduction sounds much worse. But drug prices are going to be coming down tremendously in all the nations, and I appreciate them doing it. But they did it, in all fairness, without tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to get it done. After declining $3,000 under Biden, real incomes are up in the United States by $2,000, $3,000, and even $5,000 and more. Home ownership has always been a symbol of health and vigor of American society, but that goal fell out of reach for millions and millions of people in the Biden era because interest rates went up so high. Today, I'm taking action to bring back this bedrock of the American
He started
dream.
talking around like 8:40.
In recent years, Wall Street giants and
Just doesn't-
institutional
he's a
investment
talking
firms, many
machine.
of you are here, many of you are good friends of mine, many of you are supporters. Sorry to do this to you, I'm so sorry. But you've driven up housing prices by purchasing hundreds of thousands of single-family homes, and it's been a great investment for them. Often as much as 10% of houses on the market. You know, the crazy thing is a person can't get depreciation on a house, but when a corporation buys it, they get depreciation. Okay, that's something we're going to have to think about too. I don't know if too many people think about that. You buy a corporation, they buy 500 houses, they buy hundreds of thousands, they buy 500 houses, they can take depreciation. A person
Switch over
sweats
to
and works and buys
pro
one house, they
account.
can't. But
what
homes are built
happens
for
at the open
people,
here.
not for corporations, and America will not become a nation of
I think
renters.
I would
We're not
rather
gonna do
it go
that.
back up and take
That's
a short.
why I have signed an
I don't think I
executive
would
order
like-
banning large institutional investors from buying single-family
And
homes.
unless it's
just not
straight
fair to the
into
public.
yesterday's close.
They're not able to buy a house.
About 1 minute here.
And I'm calling on Congress to pass that ban into permanent law, and I think they will. One of the biggest barriers to saving for a down payment has been surging credit card debt. The profit margin for credit card companies now exceeds 50%, one of the biggest. And they charge Americans interest rates of 28%, 30%, 31%, 32%. Whatever happened to usury? So to help our citizens recover from the Biden disaster, all caused by this horrible, just horrible precedent, I'm asking Congress to cap credit card interest rates at 10% for 1 year. And this will help millions of Americans save for a home. They have no idea they're paying 28%. They go out there a little late in their payment and they end up losing their house. It's terrible. To unleash innovation in savings and financing, I'm also working to ensure America remains the crypto capital of the world. And to that end, last year I signed the landmark Genius Act into law. Now Congress is working very hard on crypto market structure legislation, Bitcoin, all of them, which I hope to sign very soon, unlocking new pathways for Americans to reach financial freedom. And I did it for two reasons. Number one, I thought it was politically good, and it was.
What percentage did you get when you built the house?
Support. But more importantly, China wanted that market too. It's just like they want the AI. And we've got that market, I think, pretty well locked up. If I didn't do it, Biden was totally against it until before the election when they realized that, there were millions of people voting against him over crypto. And all of a sudden, they loved it very much, but it was too late. They blew it.
Since he started talking.
But it is politically popular, but it's much more importantly, we have to make it so that China doesn't get the hold of it. And once they have that hold, we're not going to be able to get it back.
Actually moving pretty quick.
So I'm honored to have done it. Finally, I've instructed government-backed institutions to purchase up to $200 billion in mortgage bonds to bring down
That's not too bad.
interest rates.
Yeah, that's not great, but.
And I'll be announcing a new Fed chairman in the not-too-distant future. I think he'll do a very good job. See, I gave away some of it. He did give that away. So we have something, got something, but somebody that's very respected. They're all respected. They're all great. Everyone that I interviewed is great. Everyone could do, I think, a fantastic job. Problem is they change once they get the job. They do. They're saying everything I want to hear, and then they get the job. They're locked in for 6 years. They get the job, and all of a sudden, let's raise rates a little bit. I call them, sir, we'd rather not talk about this. It's amazing how people change once they have the job, but it's too bad. Sort of disloyalty, but they got to do what they think is right. We have a terrible chairman right now, Jerome, too late Powell. He's always too late. And he's very late with interest rates, except before the election. He was just fine for the other side. So we're going to have somebody that's great, and we hope he does the right job. Last week, the average 30-year mortgage rate dropped below 6% for the first time in many years. Another major factor in driving up housing costs was the mass invasion of our borders. And I have to say one thing about housing, because nobody ever says this. I am very protective of people that already own a house, of which we have millions and millions and millions. And because we have had such a good run, the house values have gone up tremendously. And these people have become wealthy. They weren't wealthy. They become wealthy because of their house. And every time you make it more and more and more affordable for somebody to buy a house cheaply, you're actually hurting the value of those houses, obviously, because the one thing works in tandem with the other. And I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt the value of people that own a house who, for the first time in their lives, are walking around the streets of whatever city they're in, very proud that their house is worth $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. Now, if I want to really crush the housing market, I could do that so fast that people could buy houses, but you would destroy a lot of people that already have houses. In some cases, they've mortgaged their house, and the mortgage would be very low, and all of a sudden the mortgage without any changes becomes very high, and they end up losing the house. I'm not going to hurt, and I speak with Scott, who's doing a fantastic job, and Howard, who's doing a fantastic job, and all of my people. And I always say, look, I can crush the hell out of the market. We can drop interest rates to a level, and that's one thing we do want to do. That's natural. That's good for everybody. You know, the dropping of the interest rates, we should be paying a much lower interest rate than we are. We should be paying the lowest interest rate of any country in the world, because without the United States, you don't have a country. I mean, I had a case with Switzerland. We happened to be in Switzerland. Maybe I'll give you a quick story. But they were paying nothing. They make beautiful watches, great watches, Rolex, all of them. They were paying nothing to the United States when they sent their product in. And we had a $41 billion deficit. $41 billion with this beautiful place. Flew over it.
TDT, did you see Mike McDaniel's
So I
going to
said,
be
let's put a
OC
30%
Chargers?
tariff on them so that we get back some of it, not all of
Not
it at all. We
missing
still have
anything
a
there, but-
deficit, big deficit. We had 41
Always
million.
fun to see these things play out. I think
That's
the
a
Ravens are
big
waiting
deficit.
for the
And I said, let's put
for a couple
tariff
teams that
on
are still looking for a Super
different
Bowl
tariffs, different places.
to
You're all party to them. In some cases,
place.
victims to them. But
We're
in the
waiting
end,
for a
it's a
couple
fair
interviews
thing.
on
And
that
most
side
of you
of things.
realize that. But we put a
Did you see the short from
30%
TFD you're in?
tariff on Switzerland, and all hell broke
A
loose.
short from TFD? No, I don't.
They were calling, I mean, like you
Is
wouldn't
it
believe.
the early
And
access
I
sale
know
that they're
so many
doing?
people from Switzerland, incredible place, incredible, brilliant place. But I didn't realize that they're only good because of us. And there's so many other examples.
Oh, the one
I
that
mean,
I'm
us,
in.
Probably other places.
And that's
but a
why I
majority
tell
of the
people in my
money they make
Discord
is
all the
because of
time
us, 'cause
is that
we
psychology
never
is
charged them
90.
anything. So they come in, they
And
sell
that's
their
why I
watches,
tell people,
no tariffs, no nothing.
And that's
they
why
walk away, they make
It's showing me
$41
the wrong one.
billion on
I
just
clicked the
us.
one that I'm in, but
If
it
you're
showed-
and that,
if
So I
you're
said,
above
no,
20%
you can't do that,
of your
so I'm gonna
total
bring it
account
up. I
risk
still
per day,
would have a
meaning you
deficit
could
pretty
lose
substantial,
$200
but I
of
brought
the
it up to
$1,000.
30%. And the,
You're in a better position than
Prime
somebody that's
Minister-
risking 40%
I
of
don't
their
think
account.
President,
If they're
I think
risking
Prime
40% of their
Minister
account, that account's
a
going to be
woman,
gone in 2 days, right?
and she was
So you really
very
want to start.
repetitive.
One, most of the
She
people that are
said, no,
trading
no,
here are
no,
probably trading
you
at
cannot do that, 30%. You cannot do that. We are a small, small country.
yeah, mute.
firms, right? So look at your total risk capital, not the size of your account, not any of that. How much capital do you have to risk? If it's $1,000, then be below 20%. If it's $6,000, 20%, right? Use a percentage of that total capital. And then once you get into the brokerage, I can tell you if you're risking 20%, you're a lot more risky than somebody that's risking 10% of their total capital per day, right? So 10% is I know it's minimal, but your goal, your overall goal should be around 2% of your total account, which I know that doesn't work in sim. I know it doesn't work for most of these prop firms, but that's where you want to get to. Because look, even at a 70% win rate, you have a 90% plus of having 7 losers in a row. Let that sit in. Like, most people are risking 40% of their account one day, and you can have 7 losses in a row with a 70%, not including emotional issues, not including your psychology, not including just mishaps or market volatility
Yesterday's
or
close is
overhead,
holding.
like headline risk, right? So really look at risk first and understand how big is my account? How much can I risk per day based on how much runway I need based on what's my win rate, right? So take all that math and do the math and figure out what you should be risking per day, because a lot of people, what they do, and we have the
Do
data.
I even
for this,
talk in the short?
They will risk way too much money, and they'll purely rely on luck to get through. And I can tell you the guys that are really successful in our brokerage accounts are all risking below 20% of their total capital. And that's too much. But a lot of the guys, once they build a buffer, they're risking more like 10%, because look, 10 trading days in a row statistically is a lot lower than maybe 2 or 3 losing days in a row. And you got to look at your runway. Most people never look at their runway in trading. They're trying to take off like a Boeing 747 off like an aircraft carrier. It's like it's not going to happen unless you get really lucky, right? If you're above 20%.
I don't. I literally do not talk that entire short. I mean, but yeah, he was spitting out some good information, so really no need to talk there. All right, let's pull Trump back
Straight
up.
of everybody. I hope Scott's listening to this, because we should be paying the lowest interest rate of everybody. Without us, most of the countries don't even work. And then you have the protection factor. Without our military, which is the greatest in the world by far, without our military, you have threats that you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe. You don't have threats because of us, and that's because of NATO. One other thing, and I have to say it so importantly, in the old days, and I used to say I'm the youngest in the room. Now I'm among the older. I hate to say it. I don't feel old, but I'm among the older. But I remember not long ago, 20, 25 years ago, when good news came out about, let's say, the United States. The United States had a great quarter. The United States had a great month. All the stocks went up. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Now when they say the United States had a record quarter, it's unbelievable how well it's doing, all the stocks crash because they say, oh no, inflation, they're going to raise interest rates. And they do. Some of these stupid people like Powell, they raise interest rates. And what they do is they stop you from being successful. It used to be when we had a great quarter, a great month, great earnings, great anything, any good news, the stock market went up. That's the way it's going to be. We got to do that again because that's the way it should be. Now when we have a great month, they want to kill it. Like we did over 5%. People were surprised. We should do 20%. We could do 25%. When we announce good numbers, and the reason is they're so petrified of inflation. And growth doesn't mean inflation. We've had tremendous growth with very low inflation. In fact, growth can fight inflation, proper growth. So we want to get back to the days when we announce great numbers because we're going to be announcing phenomenal. You know, all these factories that are being built at record, thousands of businesses are being built right now. Remember, $18 trillion is invested. I think the second number is 3. And that was China many years ago. Investments in the country from outside. 18 trillion, nobody's ever seen. And that's money coming in and building things, factories. Thousands of businesses are being built. Thousands. Hundreds of big factories, car plants are moving back to the United States. They're coming in from Canada. They're coming in from Mexico, from Japan. Japan's coming in and building plants here in order to avoid tariffs. They're coming in from China. They're coming in from all over the world. We have more plants being built now, car plants, than we've ever had built, even in the heyday from the 1940s and 50s. And they're bigger. They don't use renovations anymore where they take an old plant, they rip it down, they build a brand new plant, super modern plant. But it's happening at levels that nobody's ever seen. In 2024, the U.S. built less than 2 million new homes, but Biden admitted
just
more
don't think
than
we're going
8
to get that extra push
new
today.
migrants.
It's not.
And those
not
days are
appearing.
over.
I mean, even
In
when he was saying
2025,
stuff
for
that we
the
weren't even
first
getting the extra
time in
push.
50 years, the United States had
I wasn't here for this.
reverse migration.
what
Boy,
this
that was
looked like.
nice. And these were criminals that were being taken out of our country because they allowed
Oh, I took this
people
shirt.
to come into our country from jails,
I was here. This
from
is on the-
gangs, drug dealers, murderers. 11,888 murderers. We've gotten most of them out. And then ICE gets beat up by stupid people from leadership in Minnesota. We actually are helping Minnesota so much, but they don't appreciate it. Most places do. You know, Washington, D.C. is the safest place now in the United States. It was a very dangerous place to walk, and now you can walk with your wife, your kids, right through the middle of the city. Right now, Washington, D.C. is as safe as it gets. It was one of the most unsafe, I had to admit. We sent in the military, the National Guard. Within 2 months, it was great. Within 3 months, it's like a really great place and a safe place and a beautiful place. It's even been cleaned up. The graffiti's gone. The fences are gone. We don't have to worry about fences anymore. All of the places, the grasses are cut and replaced with new grass in many cases. It's all going to happen in the spring. But Washington and D.C. is beautiful again, and it's safe. New restaurants are opening up. They were all closing. Now you can't get into a restaurant. Restaurants in Washington, D.C. are all opening. Memphis also, Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana. We're there for 3 weeks. We've cut the crime down by 64% within another month. Virtually
I just
no
don't
crime
understand how he literally
do that
talks
all over.
nonstop like this with
We're
no
gonna
water.
the people in California.
And he's been talking
We want to
since
have no crime. I know
8:40.
Gavin was here.
So he's
I
been
used to get
talking
along
for
so
over an
great with
hour,
Gavin
just
when I was
nonstop.
president. Gavin's a good guy.
25,
And
142.
we're going to, if he needed it, I
That
would
is
do it in a
yesterday's
heartbeat. I'd love to
close.
see. We did help them a
So if
lot
you
in
scroll
Los
back
Angeles, a
to
lot
6
with
o'clock
the
yesterday, or well,
early in
5
my
o'clock.
term when they had some problems. But we would love to do it. I will say this, if I were a Democrat governor or whatever,
They're right here.
I would call up Trump.
Oh,
I'd say, come
right
on in, make us look good. Because we're cutting crime down
Should be
to
right
nothing.
at 5 o'clock.
And we're taking people out, career criminals who are only going
So
to
the
do bad
close
things.
of
that
this
we're
5
bringing it back
o'clock
to
or
their
4:59
countries.
candle is
But
where
where
that
we've done
line
it,
will
it's
be.
been amazing. And we have a capacity to do it at much greater levels. We're cutting illegal aliens off welfare and other government benefits, and I have directed that starting immediately, there will be no more payments to sanctuary cities because
It
they are
gets-
really
it gets
just
used a lot.
sanctuaries for criminals.
That's why
They're
I
really
always keep it on
protecting
my chart.
criminals, and those are the ones we have to get
I
out.
feel like
fucking
that's,
murderers,
to me, more
drug
important than
dealers,
something like VWAP.
the mentally insane. They emptied their mental institutions into the United States. And despite that, we have the lowest crime numbers that we've ever had in the history of the country. Just came out. But equally importantly, we're cracking down on more than $19 billion in fraud that was stolen by Somalian bandits. Can you believe that Somalian? They turned out to be higher IQ than we thought. I always say these are low IQ people. How did they go into Minnesota and steal all that money? And we have, you know, they're pirates. They're good pirates, right? But we shoot them out of the water just like we shoot the drug boats out. They're not pirating too many boats lately, do you notice? When they go out into those boats, they want to take over $1.5 billion tanker loaded up with oil. And they say, we're going to blow up your boat. They have powerful weapons. You hit the side of the boat, you blow the whole thing up. The insurance companies are petrified. So they say, just give them the boat. We'll give them money instead. And I don't do that. We blow them right the hell out of the water. We see them going out, we blow them out of the water. We don't have any pirates so much anymore. If we do, they won't be there long. We've cut down with the hitting of the boats.
Yeah, so the
that
blue
loaded up
bands
with
are
drugs,
the
including
3
submarines.
times
Can you believe
standard
they actually buy
multiplier.
small- They call them mini subs, very
The
fast.
3x multiplier
They're
of
meant
the
for
standard
drugs.
deviation, and then the red and
We've
the
knocked
green
out
one
2
are
of them.
4
The Democrats
times.
say they were fishing. You have ruined
I'm
somebody's
I'm
fishing
really looking
weekend.
for the
I would say
4x.
a submarine is not a fishing boat.
I'm
You don't
trying
fish.
I'm trying to
we've,
not take any trades
knocked
at least
down
until we
drugs
cross the
by water.
3x. So anywhere in between there is
The
kind of
oceans,
my
the
sweet spot
sea,
to
by
start a trade.
97.2%. Think of that. And I actually
Which
say,
that'll
who
work
the
in
hell are the
itself,
3%?
but I also like
'Cause I
to
would
take
not
into
wanna be
account key
piloting one of
levels
those
as well.
boats. We knocked them down, and
So
now
like
we're
if
gonna
we
start
started
on land.
climbing
We're gonna knock it all out.
and the
The
band,
land
this
is the
3x
easy
band
part,
is like at
but what we did on sea
297,
is incredible, and that's our
298,
great military.
but 300's
The
right here.
situation in
Typically I'll wait
Minnesota
and see if we break 300
reminds
and
us
push away
that
from
the
it.
West cannot mass import foreign cultures, which have failed to ever build a successful society of their own. I mean, we're taking people from
Who's
Somalia,
Pop Pop?
and Somalia is a failed, it's not a nation. Got no government, got no police, got no military, got no nothing. And then we have this fake congressperson who they just reported is worth $30 million. You believe this? Ilan Omar, talking about the Constitution that provides me. She comes from a country that's not a country, and she's telling us how to run America. Not going to get away with it much longer, let me tell you. The explosion of prosperity and conclusion and progress that built the West did not come from our tax codes. It ultimately came from our very special culture. This is the precious inheritance that America and Europe have in common. We share it. We share it, but we have to keep it strong. We have to become stronger, more successful, and more prosperous than ever. We have to defend that culture and rediscover the spirit that lifted the West from the depths of the Dark Ages to the pinnacle of human achievement. We live in an incredible, changing period. It's an unbelievable time, but we have to take advantage of the time that we're in. In our hands are technologies that our ancestors could scarcely have. I mean, they couldn't have even dreamt some of the things that we see today. And so rapidly they're produced. I mean, AI, 2 years ago, nobody ever heard of the term, and now everybody's talking about it. And it can have some very good purpose. It could also have some dangerous purpose. And For that, we have to watch out. But some tremendous things are happening because of it. And we're leading by so much. We're doing so well. But opportunities that are bigger and grander than ever before in human history are right before us. It is the pioneers in this room. Many of you in this room are true pioneers. You're truly brilliant people. Just your ability to get a ticket is brilliant because you have about 50 people for every seat. I don't know what, that's Larry. Everything Larry touches turns to gold. He made this very successful. But you're in this room, and some of you are the greatest leaders anywhere in the world. You're the greatest brains anywhere in the world. And the future is unlimited, and to a large part because of you, and we have to protect you, and we have to cherish you. I always say we have to cherish our brilliant people because there aren't many of them. So together with confidence, boldness, and persistence, let us lift up our people, grow our economies, defend our shared destiny, and build a future for our citizens that is more ambitious, more exciting, more inspiring, and greater than the world has ever seen. We're in a position to do things that nobody else has ever even thought of before. And many of the people in this room are the ones that are doing it. And I want to congratulate you, and I'm with you all the way. You can do things that nobody else can even think about. So I congratulate you on your tremendous success. And the United States is back, bigger, stronger, better than ever before. And I'll see you around. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much.
Dude just straight up reads a teleprompter for an hour and 20 minutes. No water, no breaks, nothing. Crazy. Pushback, what's going on? Wait, and now he's going to sit down?
This was supposed to be a nice fire chat, Mr. President.
Yes, good. I got set up. No, I did know.
You made the job for the moderator really easy. Thank you, Mr. President, for your speech. I do have a few follow-up questions, if it's okay.
Out of the water.
I don't think I should start with Greenland, maybe. I'll start with the economy. The U.S. economy is doing really, really well. But how to sustain this growth moving forward? Because there's always a recession looming around the corner.
Well, you know, the one thing about economies and recessions is sometimes you get hit unexpectedly and there's nothing you can do about it. All brilliant people, but there's nothing. One example was COVID. We had an economy going at levels like nobody had ever seen in my first 2.5, 3 years. And then I heard
just mute me until it's done.
Pandemic, not COVID. They came
just
up
listening
with
to
that
see
name
if
over
it
a period
creates
of time.
any kind
We
of.
won't get into
I don't want to
that.
get involved
But I
in a
heard the word
move
pandemic.
that
And I had
isn't
a
natural.
poll
So
come
if he
out
says something that
was so
creates something, I
strong
don't
just
want to be
prior
in
to
it.
that, and I was with the two best pollsters, McLaughlin and Fabrizio, and they said, sir, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, if they came back and ran as president and vice president, they couldn't beat you. And then what happened is the following day, I was told to stay tuned because there's something really bad happening in China. There are bodies laying all over Wuhan, right around that certain building that we talk about. I always said it came from Wuhan.
Why is he
It
even
did come
talking
from Wuhan.
about COVID?
And they were body bags. We saw it by satellite. And they said, there are strange things happening in China. And so it began. And we ended up with the COVID.
Order
The
filled.
whole world suffered.
This is
we
the
did a
eval.
phenomenal job. I don't think we got the credit we deserved.
Order
We
working.
did something that Operation Warp Speed, which some people say was one of the greatest military feats ever. We did a great job. Use
This
our
is the
military.
eval.
use
Just keep
a
that
lot
in
of
mind.
people. But
I would not start a real
sometimes
trade
you get
this
hit
early.
with things, nothing you can do. You get hit with things like that unexpectedly. And we got through it. And when I left, the stock market was higher than it was previous to the COVID coming up. And
Use
it was-
AI and make
I
his
call it
voice
a great
female.
achievement. But things happen. Bad things happen. The things that we can stop are wars if we're smart. That we can stop. Those are a matter of being intelligent and having intelligent people on the other side. Because wars are the worst of all. Wars are worse than anything. But we can stop wars because that's sort of up to us. But things like dust flying in the air, wherever COVID comes from or whatever comes, sometimes you have to be a little bit lucky. But we are,
Not
we are
quite getting
poised
the
to have
retest. I was looking for
an
the 50
economy like no
retest,
other, not only in this
pretty
country,
strong
but
so
anywhere.
far.
And you know, when you hear the kind of numbers that I can tell you that Scott Bessent was with me the other day, and he's looking at numbers. He said, I can't. And that's all he's done his whole life, pretty much your whole life. Scott, you weren't going to be a football player, I don't think. Scott was not that great at football, but he was always good at numbers, right? And he was looking at numbers. He said, I've never seen anything like this. We're poised to do things that no other country has ever done. And, you know, luck, I hate to say it, but we need a little luck. We don't want to get hit by something that nobody could have thought. Whoever thought we were going to hit by a pandemic? You know, when I heard the word pandemic, I said, oh, that's an ancient problem. World War I, they lost 100 million people. It actually ended World War I. A lot of people don't know. The Spanish flu in World War I ended because all the soldiers were sick. The soldiers were so sick on both sides, and that war was raging, and they were all dying from the Spanish flu. They were sick as dogs. They couldn't fight. So, you know, you don't know how that would have turned out. But so we do. I've been subject to that, and I always have to put a caveat in for it. But we're poised to have the greatest growth of any large country. I think any country that there's been. When you look at what's happening in the United States, it's really amazing.
Thank you. One thing that maybe keeps you up at night, I know you don't sleep that much anyway, Mr. President, is the debt. The U.S. debt is high, is now the biggest expenditure on your budget. How to get out of that impasse?
Well, the big thing is growth. I mean, growth is the way. If we grow like this, we go from having a 37,
going to leave it on the eval for now.
$37 trillion.
I'll probably just trade this, and then if I get in a trade where we get behind on the eval, I can switch over and trade the other one.
We have extraordinary growth. I think we're going to be growing our way out. I think we're going to be paying off debt. We're taking in tremendous money from tariffs fairly. And again, I'm using them judiciously. You know, Switzerland's a case study. I could have gotten much more. I could have asked for much more, but we're using them judiciously. But I think growth, most importantly, and then cutting costs. Now, if you take a look at Minnesota, $19 billion in fraud and other things. People going to airports, they came into the country, they don't have 10 cents, and they're leaving with hundreds of thousands of cash in their bags. When we get to that, and our DOJ, Pam and Todd and all the people that work over there and all of the people that work in here, I can tell you Scott Bessent is working on that. It's a priority, right? You have your whole team.
The marbles will drop it.
Where this money is coming from, how much it is. It could be more than $19 billion. Can you believe that? That's just one state. If we were able to cut out 50% of the fraud, 50%, and we should be able to do better than that, we would have a balanced budget without having to talk about even growth. So we have a lot of options, but we're working very hard on that. That's a big deal. It's not just the protests, the fake protests done by agitators and, you know, professional insurrectionists. That's what they are. They're professional troublemakers. But we are looking very strong at the money in Minnesota and other places.
I think, Mr. President, also the $500 billion invested
Easy,
in artificial
240 right
intelligence
there.
and the frontier technologies.
This is what I used to do on the
also
account that I had the
driving
big buffer
growth
on, because I could get away with it.
In the U.S.
AI has been a big factor. AI is massive. I mean,
but believe it or not,
showed me a plant where he
$4,500 is not a big enough buffer, because if I were to start this and then it shoots up, I'm immediately down, what, $500? And then if I add and it does it again, now we're talking $15,000, $2,000. And then if it just trickles up without ever getting a pullback, I'm screwed. Like $4,500 is here before you know it.
Order filled.
That's called a big plant. And, you know, when I heard they're going to spend $50 billion building it, I said, what, you know, if you spend $50 million, you can build a nice little shopping center. If you spend $500 million, you can build a good shopping center. But how do you spend $50 billion? When I looked at this thing, I said, you think you'll be able to do it for that? it's amazing when you know, some of the plants that I see, and I see them all. And again, so big is we're letting them build their own electric generation. This way we have no problem, and otherwise they'd be complaining. There'd be nobody able to, but you know, we have an old grid system. And not only that, they're going to sell at a very cheap price the excess electricity that they create back into our grid. So that'll solve some problems for certain states that don't have enough electricity.
We also know
what's
that
going on
the AI, there is fierce competition between the US as the largest economy in the world, 27% of the global GDP and 5% of the global population, not doing that badly, and China. And we know that that competition is very tough on AI. I know you're heading to a state visit to China in April. How do you see the US-China relationship moving forward? Are you able to combine this tough competition with also collaboration?
So I've always had a very good relationship with President Xi and with President Putin. Talk about, you know, the larger powers. But I've always had a very good relationship with
10 o'clock
President
candle.
Xi of China. He's an incredible man.
Always algos go weird at 10 o'clock for some reason, even though it's not that much volume.
And I do now. I mean, now I have good. It was very severely interrupted by COVID. I used to call it the China virus, but he said, "Do you think you could use a different name?" And I decided to do that, because why should we have a problem over that? But
why are we still talking about COVID? I just don't understand.
I became a diplomat for the first time. Well, you know who taught me that? Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio. He said, "Let me teach you about diplomacy." Hey, any guy that gets approved by 100% of the votes, think of it, he got liberal Democrats and radical right Republicans to approve him. He's the only one. The next one was like lost 45 votes, right? But he got all 100 votes voting for him. And at first I wasn't happy about it. I said, wait a minute, I don't like that. And now it turns out that the Democrats probably wish they didn't do that. And Marco has been fantastic. Marco, stand up, please. You have done a great job as Secretary of State. He's going to go down as the best Secretary of State. And Scott, and we have Susie, who's the first female Chief of Staff, and she's the best Chief of Staff, too. And I see Howard Lutnick, who I know spoke, and Howard's fantastic. Some of the deals we're doing are great. And I want to pay particular attention because we have Chris. And Chris, you got up and spoke, I think. He's a number one.
I'm just waiting for him to say something stupid. But
because I was going to put Doug Burgum, who's fantastic. I don't know if Doug's
yes, the
here.
market loves what he's saying.
Doug Burgum is fantastic. He said, "Sir, there's one man better than me." And he introduced me to Chris. And he turns out to be. So we're drilling more oil and gas now than we ever have by almost double. Is that right, Chris? And on top of it, we get a lot coming out of Venezuela. So anyway, so we're doing great. The country is just doing great. We have great people. Thank you. And I see other people. We have Steve Witkoff. We have Jared. I got so many people. I'm in trouble because when I go back, they're going to be people with long faces. Sir, you
they're going to be poop.
I got so many people. And we have a lot of the greatest people anywhere in the world. I know them all. So I won't continue because we'd be here all day.
Thank you, Mr. President. We also know that you're a deal maker, and then maybe coming back to Greenland and Ukraine. What kind of deal in the end do you see between the U.S. And Denmark? Because, you know, I guess you see it now as a negotiation going on, or?
Well, it's costing Denmark hundreds of millions a year to run it. And Denmark's a small country and wonderful people. But, you know, it's very expensive. It's a very big piece of ice. And it's very important. I mean, I don't want to repeat the speech, but it's very important that we use that for national and international security. That can create
what's up, Steve?
A power that will make it impossible for the bad guys to do anything against the perceived good ones.
You mean the one you haven't used since December?
For Europe, just like, you know, Denmark was supposed to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. They didn't spend the money.
I literally deleted it last night. I was going through kind of cleaning up the Discord a bit, and I was like,
NATO has treated
Oh, he
the
hasn't used
United
this
States
since
of
the
America
new
very
year.
unfairly. We
So I
never asked
figured
for
you were done with
anything.
it, so I got
We
rid
never
of it.
got anything.
What's up, Jason?
We actually took care of the needs of NATO for years and years, which I felt was always unfair. So I got NATO to pay.
Just go
'cause
to
they're rich countries.
wordle.com or whatever it
But
is.
I think it's time that NATO step up. We're helping them with Ukraine. Without us, I think Putin would have gone all the way. I think we have it. I think that could have been a World War III, if you want to know the truth. If Kamala was elected or Joe, any one of those.
It said the last one, the last time you played it was like December 30th.
World War III, and I will say Steve Witkoff has been dealing incredibly with. But we're not going to have World War III. We want to get it stopped, but we're not going to have World War III. I think if I wasn't elected, I think that could have evolved into World War III. It was a very, very bad situation, and it still is, but it's not that kind of bad. It's bad because so many young people are being killed.
I mean, I think I can
How
add
close
it
do you
back.
think there is on an agreement on Ukraine? I had the pleasure of speaking with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner yesterday. I know they're working hard on it. I know that they're also traveling now. Do you see this very close or still?
Well, I hate to say it. I thought that was going to be, so I settled 8 wars plus. And I thought that was going to be one of my easier ones. Not the easiest. Some I settled in a matter of hours because I'm good at that stuff. You know, the United Nations should be doing this. I shouldn't be doing it, but it doesn't matter.
There you go.
It's
Try
got
it.
to get done. Saving a lot of lives. We're saving millions of lives. With
I
Ukraine,
swear I saw it said December
Russia,
30th.
there's tremendous hatred between President Zelensky and
I
President
made Steve's Wordle
That's not
challenge because
good.
he was doing
That's
it
not good
inside
for
the trading
settlements.
chat.
We know from dealing. There's abnormal hatred.
At 10 o'clock was actually
With that
pending
being
home
said,
sales.
I
That's
think
what that
Russia
was.
wants to make a
Didn't do
deal. I
anything.
think Ukraine wants to make a deal. And we're going to try getting a deal done. We're getting, I think, Steve, I think I can say that we're reasonably close. But what happens is oftentimes we'll have a deal with Russia. Russia's set.
Steve,
and
try it in the.
President
I made the
Zelensky will
channel
not
again.
do it.
See
You
if
saw that
it'll.
when he
See
was
if it
in the
works.
Oval Office. I was not happy. And then we'll have President Zelensky
Let me see the
wants to
shriek.
make a deal, and Putin
Because
doesn't
it
want
should
to make
still.
a deal.
It's through the
It's
bot,
a very difficult balance.
so it should still be
and
there.
it's big time.
Where's the
and
OF channel? You got to DM me for that.
It is, you know, to use a word, it's a bloodbath. It's horrible what's happening. It's a drone war. The drones are killing, you know, thousands of people a week. Thousands. We have to get it stopped. So I believe they're at a point now. I'm going to meet with President
you just get it on
Zelensky
the
later
first try?
today. I believe
the heck?
they're at a point now where they can come together and get a deal done. And if they don't, they're stupid. That goes for both of them. And I know they're not stupid. But if they don't get this done, they are stupid.
Oh, did you do it
So,
on the website and then
I don't want to
there?
insult anyone, but you got to get this deal done. Too many people are
I
dying.
unsubscribed
It's not
after I
worth
saw
it.
that video you did.
President Sisi is sitting on the first row here. He spoke earlier today and also complimented you on the Gaza deal. I think there will be a signing tomorrow. Of course, there are different views on this, but how important do you think this signing is?
Finding
on
some
the border of peace?
resistance here at
And
342.
do you think this is going to sustain? Do you think we now will see Gaza reconstructed and the
I
billions
already
of
did it
US
on my.
dollars
Gotcha.
invested?
I do. I mean, I think we have peace in the Middle East. There are
Did
some
it keep your streak?
little situations like
It should, because
Hamas,
like I said, it's
and
through the
Hamas
bot.
has agreed
It's-
to give up their weapons. Now, you know, they were born with a weapon in their hand, so it's not easy to do. When they were born with a rifle in their hand. It's not an easy thing for them, but that's what they agreed to. They've got to do it. And we're going to know, Jared, over the next 2 or 3 days, certainly over the next 3 weeks, whether or not they're going to do it. If they don't do it, they'll be blown away very quickly. They'll be blown away. You know, we have 59 countries that are part of that whole peace deal. And some of those countries aren't even they're near the Middle East, but they're not in the Middle East traditionally. And they want to come in and take out Hamas. They want
Liar.
to come in. They want to do
It's
whatever
through the
they
bot.
can. There's
I
a
don't-
problem with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and we'll see what happens there. But that's a problem. But there are these little flames. But there's peace.
How
in the
long
Middle
was it?
East now.
75?
Had we not
there you
gone
go.
in and
76.
knocked out
So
with
just
those big,
add
beautiful, we just
76
25
plus
brand new ones,
whatever
the
your new
latest
streak
and the
is.
greatest.
There you go.
The
Problem
B-2
solved.
bomber. Think of them. They went in there at 2 o'clock in the morning with no
Got some
moon,
first
no
world
light,
problems
no nothing,
going on
and
over
every
here.
single one of those massive bombs hit its target. 100,000-pound bombs hit its target. Every one of them. And then on top of it, from a submarine 300 miles away, we hit the sites with Tomahawks, which is an unbelievable weapon. So, we did our job. If we didn't do that, you would have never had peace in the Middle East. And the countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar could never have, and others could never have signed anything because you would have had this dark cloud, and the dark cloud was Iran with nuclear. Iran would, if we didn't take them out, they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 months. They were very close to having the nuclear weapon, and we hit them hard. And it was a total obliteration. If they may try again, but they're going to have to try from a different area because that area was obliterated. Incredible thing we did. And because we did that, we were able to make peace. If we didn't do that, I would say, Jared and Steve, if we didn't do that,
how does this guy continue to talk?
Peace
No water. I don't get it.
Countries I just named and other countries could
I
have
talked
never
for like
signed off. They were
10
afraid.
minutes, 5 minutes,
afraid.
and I need some water or just something.
We had a bully.
He's
The
been
bully
talking for
was
2
Iran,
hours.
the bully of the Middle East. They used to call it for years. They were the bully of the Middle East. They're not the bully of the Middle East anymore.
Mr. President, I know you even had to change
Can we get Trump
plane
to go after VW?
last night, so I guess you didn't have much sleep, but I think you're but your energy is still there. I know you have several bilateral meetings. I know you're also hosting a reception. So thank you so much for coming back to Davos. Thank you so much. It's highly appreciated.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, he gone. He gone. Get Spotify up and gives the yeah. We can do marbles. How about let's give it let's wait till 10:15. I want to see what the market does now that he's done talking. Marbles was like making my mouse freak out. A pig can only survive a couple days, often less than 48 hours without water. Interesting. Hooey. Pretty much. I'm doing well on the eval account, but gotta make $9,000 over 5 days. Well, I can obviously take more than 5 days, but I'm also, yeah, I'm not really like in a rush as long as I do it within a month. But I made 2,400 yesterday or something like that, 23 something. Just being aggressive, starting trades early, but they worked because nothing ever made like a crazy move yesterday. It was yeah, this entire down move, every time we got close to the bands, I was starting it, and then we just got nice pops back up. Not once did it actually go into the bands, giving me a hard trade. That's kind of what I've been doing today. Like I said, this is what I used to do when I had that big buffer, but it's a little scary doing that with essentially no buffer. They still haven't approved my payout that I put in for this morning on the main account anyway. All right, at 10:17. 10:17. We will do entry for marbles. 10:17, Tony.
Order filled. Order working. Order filled. Order working.
Be swapping over here. Nice push up through 50 here. Not quite. This is what I was doing yesterday. Looking for the 50 retest.
Order filled. Order filled.
Just like that. Is that 325, 335? Seems so easy, right? Only if you had like a huge buffer account. The problem is, how many days can you get away with this before you just get absolutely blasted, right? That was the game we were playing. But when we did finally get blasted, we could hang on because we had such a big buffer account, and we could sit through pretty big drawdown. You can't do that when you don't have the drawdown. You could do it on like micros, right? Like if you were starting much smaller. And that's kind of my plan, is if I can get to 2 accounts, I could drop down to trading 5 micros instead of 1 mini, which will give me less chances of losing or blowing an account if I'm copy trading, right? I'll make the same amount, but take less risk per account. And if I have 3 accounts, I can do it again. I can start with 2 micros or 3 micros. Making this, if I started with 3 micros, I'd actually be making more while risking less. That's kind of my thought process moving forward. Like if I could get the 5 accounts, copy trading 5 accounts. That would mean I could start with 2 micros and make the same amount. I guess starting with 3 micros, it would be less, right? Because that would only be 9. So with 3 accounts, you would have to do 4. And then 4 accounts, you could do 3. And then 5 accounts, you could do 2. Well, good morning. Oh, I missed the marbles. All right, we're gonna do it right now at 10:20. Yeah, I got in a trade, so lost track. All right, exclamation point marbles, get them in. You got 1 minute. See, Wawa, I was just waiting for you. Five seconds. You're welcome. All right, let's give away 170 bucks. Try to. It's missing somebody. Hold on. Cataclysm. It was missing you for some reason. It said, Barking at you? Neighbor? Did you see your one needs to be charged? I think it said the front. Or, well, battery. Do you want the other batteries? Oh, how did that miss? I thought you had that. That sucks. I thought you had that. Nice change on the marbles. What are you talking about? Oh, the 1 minute? Yeah. Already past Christmas. We should get a new map. I know, right? Question. Tradeify growth funded. Is it still minimum 5 trading days with 35% consistency or just 35% consistency? Yes, correct. It's just 35% consistency, no minimum days. So in theory, you can get a payout every 3 days. Is it 35? I thought it was 30. Is it 35? Why am I thinking it was 30? Let me head over to daytradingcoupons.com. Find out. Yeah, it's... Oh, no, wait. That's the discount. Which technically right now the discount's 40%. Yeah, Tradeify has a flash sale that ends today. It's 40% off. Yeah, no, you're right. 35%. There's a new futures desk account. I saw that. Does code VOLA work on it, Wawa? I meant to actually ask you guys to test that because it doesn't let me. Actually, futures desk, I think it does. Let me see. Back to the highs. Oh crap. I'm missing oh. Get back over. No. You got knocked off the side. You hit the peg. I kept hitting the button, but it wouldn't go. Vola still works. All right. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it on when I went to sign up. Let's see. I saw it on X, the futures. Yeah, I had liked it. I just didn't retweet it. Yeah, Static Core and Pro. Sign up here. You got to click there. Yeah. See. Limited time, 75% off. 2 static plans below. Let's see. Affiliate code. Yeah, it works. I used it 2 days ago, killed the sim. Ah. I still can't believe that first marble missed the thing. It was like right there. Cataclysm, they tried to make you not race. Is this why? They knew you'd win? Nope. That was not why. All right, Don's going for it again. All right. Back to the charts for now. We'll give away the 5K crypto account here shortly. Do it around like, I don't know, like 10:45 or so. Making new highs again. What a nice little bounce. Pretty much ever since he started talking. He started talking at like 8:40 right here. Like he started talking, we had a red candle, and then nothing but up. It's all right, Lee. You can get the next one. That wasn't for the account giveaway, so. Yeah, this is just the eval account. I'm starting, if you notice, I started that a little early. Yeah, don't forget to get your Take Profit Trader accounts this month. We're actually getting close to that final thing where I get the 150K account to give away. We got the 50K accounts. I'm just debating on when to give them away. It logs me out of Take Profit Trader every morning. So ever since I added the two-form the multi-form authentication, I now have to open up my authenticator app every single day on my phone, multiple times a day if I want to log in to Take Profit Trader. It's very frustrating. It's like I appreciate it, but it's very frustrating. Let's see how close we are. Wow, we are. We need 15,000. So $1,844 away in sales. In sales, which is pretty good. We'll get the 150K account to give away if we get there. We're getting one probably tomorrow. We should do one today. Yeah, but there's like nobody in here today. Is that why? I know you guys would want me to give away the accounts when no one's here, obviously. But from my standpoint, I would only assume you can understand why that's kind of backwards. Yeah, I had like a hard drop off yesterday versus today. Donald, did you hear my answer about the consistency rule? I see you messaged me on Discord too, but I'm just not seeing it, but it looks like it was from a while ago. I'm going to answer you on there just in case.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm going to need to start getting more of these 150K accounts and 50K accounts to give away because Tradeify notified me yesterday. I had a conversation with my affiliate guy, and apparently they're cutting back on the accounts to give away. So I will no longer be getting 4 of the straight to funded accounts. I'll only be getting 2. Okay, Donald. So I don't mind as long, I mean, if Take Profit Trader starts kind of taking off like they have been, it'll be easy. Like if you guys keep signing up with Take Profit Trader and other people do as well, and I keep getting the accounts to give away, it'll be easy. Especially since Tradeify is kind of taking a step back on how many accounts they give away. I don't know if they're trying to close or open their margins a little bit. I don't know exactly why they're doing it. But yeah. Donovan, yeah. Yes, please. All right, how about this? At the end of the stream, I'll do a 50K Take Profit Trader account. I mean, it seems like it's just members here anyway, so. You guys are all, you don't have to do anything to be here for the Traders Launch 100K account that we're doing on Friday. But if you guys could go on X, I have the account or a pinned post, sorry, on my profile. If you guys could like like that post, retweet it, do all that fun stuff with it, that would be nice. You're gonna sell the account back to me. You wouldn't be the first one to try it. Let Tony Jackson get in. It'll be available for everybody. I'm not gonna restrict it to members only. But it has me questioning what I'm gonna do for the members only races. Like, I'll still have 2 to give away every month for now. And I mean, if we can grow and bring them more business, obviously they'll probably let me go back to 4, but they basically straight up told me that I'm not bringing them enough revenue to continue getting 4 of those a month. So I don't know if they're going to only give me 2 of the straight to funded accounts and nothing else, or if it's just going to be 2 and then like 2 growth accounts or 2 select accounts. Like, I don't know. He basically just said they're not going to give me 4 of those anymore. Cause I was just like, look, man, that's kind of what I base my Friday giveaways on. And he was like, I understand. He was like, but we're cutting back across everybody. And he started like throwing math at me, like with other channels and how other channels bring in 10x what I do, but they're only getting like a couple extra $100 in accounts versus like what I'm getting. And yeah, he did make me like feel like, okay, he was helping me out, but it does also kind of suck because now I'm going to have to kind of figure out what to do. So it's like, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, we're getting kind of close to maybe switching over here.
Order filled.
And grab a little
Order
quickie here.
working.
Little $120 trade. See, I would never take this trade on the real account, funded account. Because I wouldn't want to risk being too early. Like so.
Order working. Order filled. Order working.
Retest the candle, bottom of the candle. Nope. All right, we pop up through 450 here. I'm actually interested in flipping over real quick. Our take profits are at the bottom of this candle, so like 34. But you guys should still hear the order filled. Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know if that comes through or not for you guys. Can you guys hear when I put the orders out and stuff? It's like playing around. I think my average is literally right here at like 41. Let's see if we can't pop up through 50 here. Feels like it wants to. Keeps getting rejected. Oh. Here we go. Nope. Nope, got rejected again. Bottom of the candle. Let's flip back over real quick.
Order filled.
All right, well, I guess we'll take that trade. See, this is the problem with my strat sometimes is we just don't get that extra push. That's the crappy part. So when you're on an eval or you have an account with a humongous buffer, you can take these trades, right? Because you can let it go a little bit if you have to. Yes, yes. You guys said yes, yeah. To what? What did I say that made you guys say yes? I forgot that quick. My bad. All right, 10:40. So a minute and 20 seconds. We'll do the entries for the 5K crypto account. Make sure the other one is canceled. Oh, you can hear the, okay. Thank you. Then yeah, even if I flip to the other account, you guys would still hear if I got filled. Gotcha. Thanks for the reminder. Go get another. Oh, let me start the entries. Then I'll go grab another Fresca. This just seems to be the story lately where we get close to the 3x and then we just don't quite get there. But you got to respect it. You got to respect it because I'd rather take no trades because we've seen what happens when you don't respect it. Exclamation point marbles, get them in. You got 1 minute. This is for the 5K crypto account from Traders Launch. You know what? Let's listen to some Suno. We didn't get to listen to it this morning because of Trump. I'm gonna make a new song today too. Back in February 2019, man, the gene. Carlo, what's going on? I missed somebody again. Got you this time, Cataclysm. Tony, missed you. Oh, well, Tony, you can't win anyway. You already won this, so I don't want to put you in there. Add something about Trump pushing the chart up. All right, I got the race ready to go. We're going to see what the chart does real quick. We can stay above 50. I'm going to sit here for a sec. See if we can push away. Looking for another candle like this one. I'm still trying to respect the chart, right? I don't want to start trades just to start trades. All right, we're back under. Let's do it. My pullback was really a launch pad. Yeah, for real. Leah. Yeah, I can throw you in there. Well, Donovan, you can, just not the 5K crypto accounts. See Sean. What's up? All right, guys, no more entries. Laylo, I'll get you in there. All right. Smooth operator, you were the last one. 30. All right, let's do it. It's for a 5K crypto account from Traders Launch. All you gotta do is win. Let's see what kind of a finish line we got. Ooh, it's the one where you gotta hit this correctly. So even if you're first, it don't mean you're gonna win. And there's like a weird little blocker there. I don't know what that's all about. Like one random blocker. All right, anyways. Oh!
Taking me.
Love it.
He needs some milk.
Chart just going straight up. Crazy. Lay low. Oh. Oh no! Blast. Oh, that was Leah, not Layla. Ravikran. Oh, come on. We got 3 non-members going for the win here. Bunch of holes left, and you still got to hit the thing at the end, right? Kavan gonna have first attempt here. Hole's not there. Here we go. Good luck. Good luck, Kavan. Oh, no. Laylo, second. Laylo! Late entry, Laylo. Laylo Trade 68, congratulations. You are the winner of a 5K crypto account from Traders Launch. Clap it up. Are you here? Second question. First question. Laylo. Very frog good. Yeah, that is a sense of getting frog good. Laylo. Laylo. Where you at? Where you at, Laylo? Laylo. All right, Laylo, you have until 10:50. 10:50. That's over 2 minutes. I'm not going to say your name anymore after this. Laylo, 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 Laylo. You won, you won, you won. Laylo, where are you? All right, that's it. If you don't show up by 10:50, we'll run it back. No, I run it back. We don't do second place. Don't win. When will there be Kalshi prop firms? For real, man. Those places took over quick. Oh my God. This whole time. You guys couldn't even hear the music. Why didn't you say something? I'm just singing to myself. Oh my God. All right, we're starting over. This whole time, it was just mute. You guys didn't say anything? crazy.
Back in February 2019.
Yo, Laylo,
I hit the
you here?
volatility
You got 20
trade,
seconds.
streams on the screen, day trading
I gave you like a 3-minute delay and everything. That's crazy. We're just gonna run back the same people. I'm just gonna get rid of Laylo. It's funnier that way. Jerks. Jerks. It was a really good shoot. Do you want me to turn the music on? Would you guys rather it be quiet? I mean, I can make it quiet for you guys. I'll just listen to the music myself. Don't bother me none. All right, running it back. But into 23, I made a switch. Futures calling Propfirm. No music? New strategies. Fine with me. Fine with me. I'll turn that shit right off. Fine with me. No more music. Yep, no, it's cool. I'll listen to it myself. Fuck y'all. Just take your accounts and stuff it up your ass. I can't even be mean. It's fine. I know a lot of the bigger streams don't really play music anyway. The reason, you want to know the main reason I play music? Because I feel like I have so much dead air. Because there's times where I just don't talk.
That was legitness.
Do I see? You better stop. That shit ain't supposed to be here till Saturday night. Sing for us rather than letting the music play. It's too funny. The chart is still just going up. It's crazy. I hope nobody's stuck in this short. Cataclysm.
That don't make no sense.
You can't be mean even if you try, dude. It's hard. I was a mean teenager. You know, I made fun of people and stuff like that, but then I grew up. And now it's hard for me to be mean. My way of being mean is telling the truth. Let that one sink in. My way of being mean nowadays is just telling the truth. This race is for the 5K crypto account from Traders Launch. Ooh, Wawa is no longer in the running. Pushpack. Oh, it's the same kind of ending too. Pushpack going for it. Pushpack does not get it. Leah going for it. Oh, Leah! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It dropped down just for Leah. Whoop, whoop. Look, she's going to be the only one that finishes. Kosiji, what's going on, man? I feel like I haven't seen that name in a while. Ooh, Carlo finishes. Still got some marbles left. I think the fire is going to catch him. Leah, congratulations. Well, yeah, but the person wasn't here, Cataclysm. So they didn't win. So Leah won. When did Donovan finish? Did he finish right there at the end? I didn't even see that. The guy didn't want it. Yeah, he was nowhere to be found. Leah's here. Leah, shoot me a message on Discord with your YouTube proof that it's you. And then give me the email address that you used to sign in for Traders Launch. And it's all yours. It's all yours. Wow, look at this. Even when we drop to the EMA, the chart's just like, nah. Nah, we belong up here. We belong up here. Crazy. Should I still do it on Discord? Yes. You can say my name like Princess Layla. I keep forgetting that. Or Leia? Leia. What? You want to... I want to Leia? Yeah, I just... It's easier for me to get the information from you in Discord. That way people can't just copy paste it and act like you and all that crap. Chart should really just pull back towards 450. Yeah, I mean, it tried. Didn't quite get there. This is nuts. This is just straight up. This pullback was really the only pullback. I mean, I guess you could say this was a pullback too, but ever since this pullback, I mean, it's been straight up. Just start calling her princess. That's actually a much better idea. Princess. Just call you princess. Wow, we're already up almost $4,000 on this account. Almost halfway there. Take that. Bit tough here because the market is broke, full of buy and holds that have no plans of selling. Buy all the dips. I mean, that is where we're at the moment.
So now push it. Push it good. Push it real good.
See, that I'm just doing other stuff. Dead air.
Gotta get that to and spit on that thing. You get me?
Right after this, I need to run and return some stuff. I need to get a haircut at some point too. 1620. Yeah, it's on an eval. Yeah, we'll do the take profit trader. I ain't leaving yet. I don't see price getting back to 25,500. We're there now. It's raining in Texas. We might get snowed in Sunday. uh, where's global warming? Well, isn't this part of global warming? All right. 10:06. We're going. Exclamation point marbles. Get them in. You got 1 minute. Get them in. Exclamation point marbles. This is for a 50K take profit trader accounts. Let's go. Get them in. 30 seconds. Not accepting late entries. 15 seconds. Not accepting late entries. Closed. You ain't in. You ain't in. Leia. Still waiting on your DM, by the way. You in here so I don't forget. Princess. There's only 23. And 15 of you are members. You guys got a good shot at this. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is for a take profit trader 50K account. Kind of an expensive account, right? They're like 100 and some dollars. Stupid authenticator. Just want to check the price. It's $102. $102 account. Not bad for a random Wednesday account. What? Oh, if it wouldn't have hit that, that was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do that. I mean, you still went pretty far forward. Carlo trying to cheat. Carlo trying to cheat. Don, did you miss it? Tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk. That was quite the aerial move. Oh, shameless. Missing all the barrels. I see the end. Got a snitch on you? What did I do? Who snitched? Tony. Tony. Oh, no, Tony. It was looking good, and now it's looking better for Donovan. Donovan. That's a lot of barrels. That is a lot of barrels. Speaking of Wawa. Carlo cheating? Oh, got it. Oh, because you went flying. I got it. I mean, I didn't have to snitch on you. It was you were front and center on the screen, flying through the air. I didn't have to do anything. Wawa. That's a lot of barrels. I don't think you're gonna make it through those. Oh, all you did was push them down. Oh! Wawa! Going for it! Where's Froggo? Froggo, are you here? Oh, that was the Froggo, but I hit him from the side. The barrel. Oh, snuck by the barrel. Wawa, winner, chicken Wawa dinner. Look, you're gonna come in second place too. Woo! Didn't see that one coming. I thought you were gonna get Froggoed, but the Froggo hit you, but it like hit you sideways. It didn't hit you forward. Wah, wah, wah. No Froggo today, he says. Congrats. Wawa hit me up in the Discord. All I need is your Take Profit Trader email address, and it's all yours. You're going to sell it? I don't know how you're going to sell it because it's going to be a credit on your account. It's not a code. You can't trade Take Profit Trader? Look at this chart, man. Fake out like it's going to be a pullback, and then it just bounces off 450 twice and right back to the highs. I give you $1. I'll give you $1. I'll take it. $1. Well, can you even make an account with them? Do you have an account with them? All right, I'm actually going to switch over in case we get the pop up through 500 here. You know what? I'm going to start it on the eval if we get to 500. And I'm going to switch over if we get through 500. Or we just don't get there yet. Got to do some magic. All right, well, DM me when you finally do the magic because I need the email address to get it to you. Leia, I got your DM. Congrats, princess. Well, Leia, I mean, yeah, I guess I mean, it wouldn't work. I mean, you could. They're much different. Probably because of the country he lives in, would be my guess. Ooh. Look at this pullback. Don't even know what I would want to do here because this probably goes right through now. Look for the push down through 50. Look for a bounce back up somewhere around like 30, 430, and then maybe look for the 50 retest. We can drop the princess though. VPN is your friend? Yeah, I think that's what he was hinting at. Wow, we are bouncing right off of it again. The KYC is not really something that makes me happy, to be honest. I mean, don't worry, he calls me princess all the time. That I do. What'd I tell you about spelling time like that, Froggo? Brings back bad memories. That stock took me for a decent amount of money. Yeah, Leia, I doubt he's gonna do that, but you never know, I guess. All right. I think I'm going to get out of here. NQ is at the 50 DMA right now. It's barely above and trying to hold. I mean, what a move, regardless. It's at 500 points. 500-point move from this morning. Pretty big big move regardless. And I mean, it was pretty much straight up minus this guy right here. By the end of the day, we'll probably be at the lows because that's usually how this crap works. It'll V straight back down. It's just big money wanting to get their money out before it crumbles a little bit. All right, I'm out of here. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. You guys are going to enjoy my music whether you want it or not, at least for the next couple minutes. I'll get back to you in the Discord when I set up the other account. It sounds good, man. Yeah, just DM me on Discord. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then,
It's cold,
peace.
flipping the script. NASDAQ futures, yeah, we making it rip. Fresca in hand, chips ruffle, we stream. Live with the squad, chasing that dream. Screens lit up, NASDAQ's calling my name. They trading with VOLA, I'm changing the game. Cold VOLA's the sauce, I'm scalping with ease. Catching those ticks like a breeze in the trees. Poker chips ruffling, I'm stacking my bread. Straight to fun dig, I pay out to my head. Marbles racing, they rolling down the line. Like my trades in the zone, yo, I'm feeling so fine. VOLA's game, yeah, we running the play. Live stream, popping giveaways every Friday. Amazing dad, great trader, I'm the man. Fresca, sipping marble, spinning, got a plan. VOLA's game, I'm trading with style. NASDAQ's my world, I'm going that mile. From the charts to the fam, I'm winning it all. Cold VOLA's the fire, I'm answering the call. Live streams on, yo, the chat's going wild. Dropping VOLA wisdom, got the crowd all riled. Fresca on the desk, keep it cool, keep it crisp. Hit that like and subscribe, join the trading assist. Friday's the vibe, Trader 5's giving it back. Giveaways flowing like a funded account. Stack from the markets to home, I'm the dad they adore. Great trader by day, yo, I'm setting that VOLA's game. Yeah, we running the play. Live stream, popping giveaways every Friday. Amazing dad, great trader, I'm the man. Fresca, sipping marble, spinning, got a plan. VOLA's game, I'm trading with style. NASDAQ's my world, I'm going that mile. From the charts to the fam, I'm winning it all. Cold VOLA's the fire, I'm answering the call. Chips clack loud, marbles racing the flash. Fresca's fizz, popping while I'm stacking that cash. Live stream glow, like and subscribe to the crew. Cold VOLA's the spark, making dreams come true. Funded fast, no delay, I'm claiming my spot. Trader 5's a fam, yo, we taking that shot. Dad life, trader life, I'm rocking both worlds. Live streams to stage, watch my story unfurl. VOLA's game, yeah, we running the play. Live stream, popping giveaways every Friday. Amazing dad, great trader, I'm the man. Fresca, sipping marble, spinning, got a plan. VOLA's game, I'm trading with style. NASDAQ's my world, I'm going that mile. From the charts to the fam, I'm winning it all. Cold VOLA's the fire, I'm answering the call. Cold VOLA, yeah, I'm trading with heart. Fresca in my hand, live streams where I start. Chips ruffling, marble fly, I'm the dad. I'm the king. like and subscribe, yo, I'm doing my thing. Woke up this morning, charts are green, path to freedom, living the dream. Futures trading, stacking the wins. No more worries, where the struggle begins. Kids laughing loud, future so bright. I'll give them the world, hold them tight, teach them the ropes, life's ups and downs, from trading floors to playground grounds. Oh, the road ahead is golden and wide, financial freedom with my family by my side. Great dad in the making, sharing my fire, lessons of life, lifting them higher. Every state calling, adventures away from coast to coast. We'll celebrate, world's our playground, with love as our guide. Amazing life coming, feel the tide. Feel the tide. One day they'll learn the traders are reading the market, playing it smart. But first the journeys, 50 states strong, road trips and memories, where we belong. Youngest turns 21, Vegas lights gleam, toasting the futures, living the dream. Wife by my side, hand in hand we'll roam, kids tagging along, making it home. Oh, the road ahead is golden and wide, financial freedom with my family by my side. Great dad in the making, sharing my fire, lessons of life, lifting them higher. Every state calling, adventures away from coast to coast. We'll celebrate, world's our playground, with love as our guide. Amazing life coming, feel the tide. Feel the tide. No looking back, only forward we go. Hearts full of promise, watch the love grow. From humble trades to a sky so blue, this life's amazing. All thanks to you, teaching resilience, joy in the chase, family forever, in every place. Oh, the road ahead is golden and wide, financial freedom with my family by my side. Great dad in the making, sharing my fire, lessons of life, lifting them higher. Every state calling, adventures away from coast to coast. We'll celebrate, world's our playground, with love as our guide. Amazing life coming, feel the tide. Yeah, the future's calling, and it's all ours. Bright days ahead, under the stars. Yeah.